Hi, I'm Ashley Latter, the author of this book called You Are Worth It. Feel comfortable communicating your fees so that you can achieve the income that your services deserve. In a previous episode, I talked about how when patients make decisions or when people buy products or services, that price, although important, is very rarely the issue. However, I am slightly going to contradict myself and talk about the 4 types of people who do buy on price. And these are: number 1, professional buyers. Professional buyers typically always try and negotiate the best prices. So in their day job, that's what they're doing all the time. And often they will transfer that behaviour to their normal lives or private lives as well. So professional buyers are always out to try and get the best price. Number 2, the second type of people who buy on price are what I call people on limited incomes. And why is that? Because typically they have no choice. Now, when I first started out in business coaching or business training 23 years ago, I knew what it's like to buy products and services on price. I knew how hard the first year was in my business. So I knew that if you went to a supermarket at 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening, you could often get sandwiches or some of the food at half price as it gets closer to the sell-by date. The third type of people who typically buy on price are what I call foolish people. And foolish people are people who tend to take a long time to make a decision before they make the purchase. So, for example, technical people sometimes can be like this. I am generalizing, not all technical people are like this, but sometimes they can. And why? Because they love doing the research. They enjoy doing the research before they purchase anything. So, for an example, I often come across or heard dentists openly admit on my courses that they would spend 190 hours before they buy a television set. Or I've heard the dentist who has admitted that he has gone to 12 different shops to buy a rucksack before he's gone away on holiday. Now, I can't call that foolish behaviour because it's a long time just to make a small decision. The fourth type of people who buy on price are the people who haven't been given a reason to pay your price. So in other words, they're not convinced. They don't see the value in what you're offering. And the reason why that's happened is you haven't communicated the value. And in future episodes, I'm going to share with you some tips or communication tips that will help you in presenting your treatment plans, but presenting it in a way that creates really good value for your patients. So very quickly to summarize this short video, the 4 types of people who typically do buy on price. Number 1, professional buyers, sometimes buy on price. Number 2, patients on limited income. Number 3, foolish people who take a long time to make a decision. And the fourth people who buy on price are the people who give you price objections. And that is because we haven't communicated the value. In the next episode, I'm going to talk about in depth how to communicate value so you can have more patients saying yes to your treatment at the price your services deserve. So, when you ever discuss fees with patients, particularly if it's a large treatment plan or some sort of cosmetic work, here's what I strongly advise you to do, is use the word investment rather than cost.